Hello there, everyone, and welcome to this newsletter. Today I have some exciting news, and I have some stuff that is on sale, and just a bit of talk of this and that, and what's just happening just now. The first thing I want to show you is these. These are the Arctic Silver shooting heads that are based on their compact WF line. So this is basically the body from the compact line made into a shooting head, and these cast simply just phenomenal. And they're on sale now. So if you're in the need of a new coastal, a new shooting head for coastal fishing or for salmon fishing, they have some two-handed shooting heads as well. Then swing by Nordic Anglers to see the reduced price on these, because they are really good shooting heads. They're available, I think, from a 6 weight, and then 6, 7, and 8 in the one-handed versions, and then 9 and 10 in the two-handed versions. And they're both available in float and in intermediate. So a really cool product at a good price just now. So if you're in the market for a new shooting head, then swing by and see these. The next thing is I have a bit of everything for every different type of angler. I have something for the sea trout hunter. I have something for the salmon hunter, and something for the sea trouts as well. I'm going to show you that in a second. But the next thing is that finally, Pro Sports Fisher has decided to make their very popular flexi bead. The one I use for most of my Danish salmon and sea trout flies. The flexi bead I use for the Tilda and the Astrid and the horse socken and rubber rocket and all those different flies. They have made this in all the best colors, in a size smaller, so you can tie even smaller flies. So now it's available in 4.2 millimeters, in 5.2, and in 6.2 millimeters for the really big ones. And this is something that I really have been looking forward to, because the 5.2, which was the smallest before, is a relatively large bead to place on a tube fly, and it puts it simply just makes it harder to tie the really small salmon flies for the summer fishing and stuff like that. Now that's not a problem anymore, because they have the 4.2 millimeters. So thank you, Pro Sports Fisher, for making those available. I think I've been trying to talk you into doing that for the past 4 years or so. But now they're here, and they are very nice, so check those out. The next thing is something that I'm very excited about. Here in Denmark, there is a kind of a special way of fishing for the spawning sea trouts, the big sea-run trouts that enter the rivers again, and it's particular in the small streams. I have a very long video that explains exactly how we do this fishing, but we fish these big spawning sea trouts on foam beetles. Cast them upstream and then retrieve them, so they kind of fish not like a popper, but they make a kind of they skate on the surface. And normally we sell a lot of foam, and then we sell some foam cutters, so you can cut your own beaver tail pattern into these, and then make your own foam flies. But the tools are a bit expensive, and if you're only going to if you only want to tie let's say 10 in a certain color, then maybe it's not worth it to buy the actual cutter set. So now we have all the different colors available in the 2 colored versions here. So there are 10 foam bodies here in each pack. They're made from the best foam, so they are very high floating. They're actually so perfect that I don't think I'm going to use my cutter much more anymore. I'm simply just going to buy some of these pre-cut ones, because it's easier, and now it's insanely easy to make these foam beetles on your own. So we have the red, the orange, the yellow, the pink, we have a gray one as well. So everything you would ever need of these are online now in the store, and ready for you to shop. So cool new product. The next thing I want to show you are these. Well, this is actually not a new item. This is an item that we have online, and that we get resupplied of all the time. But these are the Ewing Dry Fly Capes. What makes the Ewing unique is they have some really unique colors. They're the only one I have ever seen who actually bleaches grizzly, the color grizzly, and then dyes them afterwards. And this gives some really awesome and really unique colors. So the Ewing product line is really big. They have an insane amount of different products. But what I would like to show you here today and just talk a little more about are their dry fly capes. Because their dry fly capes are, compared to the whiting dry fly capes, which are, you know, the pinnacle and the best you can get, these are actually quite good. They're not as good as whiting, but the price range on these is also a lot different. So here you get less expensive hackle, but on a cape like this there is an insane amount of feathers, an insane amount of usable feathers. And since the dry fly season here in Denmark is coming up, I have spent the past week restocking my dry fly box in order to be ready to when this kicks off for real. We've had a terrible weather these past almost 3 weeks of rain in Denmark. But I was out fishing on Monday anyway, and I saw the first of the big mayflies, the Ephemera danica, and got a few brown trouts on the French partridge pattern, which I think is the best danica pattern out there. But I tied a lot of smaller duns and stuff with the Ewing hackles, and they are really awesome. So if you're in need of good dry fly hackle that is not as expensive as the whiting one, then the Ewing is a really good bet. And as I said, the colors are really magnificent and really cool. So I think that about sums it up. In the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna release some dry fly fly tying videos, because basically that's what I'm gonna do. And hopefully we will get we will have time to make a dry fly fishing tutorial as well. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out, but let's see. I know that I'm gonna be fishing dry fly for the next couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to that. The dry fly fishing is just, yeah, it's dry fly fishing, you know. There's not much that can actually get me as excited as the dry fly. So, and this year I'm really geared up. I've bought a complete new setup. I've refilled my fly boxes. Everything is ready. I'm just looking forward to the water levels falling a bit, and the water is going to clear up, so I can go and fish a lot of grayling and brown trout. So I think for now that's it. Some lines on sale, some new beads for the salmon, some foam beetle bodies, and some cool hackle from Ewing. All of these products, as always, are available at www.nordicanglers.com. That is the web shop that I run. And we have an insane amount of fly tying and fly fishing gear. So swing by there. And if you haven't done so already, it would mean a lot if you would subscribe to the channel. So thank you for watching. And as always, good luck out on the water.